Welcome to SVG-TV's news for Thursday, October 31st, 2019. I am Bhavin Olver with the details. The General Secretary of the ruling Unity Labour Party, Julian Francis, said they have received and accepted the resignation of Jomo Thomas, who on Tuesday announced he is no longer a member of the party. Up until his announcement this week, Thomas was the ULP caretaker for the South Leeward constituency, which he contested and lost in the 2015 general elections. In a telephone interview with SVG-TV News today, Francis said persons are free to join and free to leave the party, and in the case of Thomas, the relationship has not been too well, and his exit will not affect the party.
Well, I expect human beings to do anything at times, you know. I don't particularly single out Jomo Thomas. Jomo, as you know, there has not been a very smooth relationship with the party for a while, and he has so chosen to act. That's his decision. It's public knowledge. You have seen his writings in the paper and on social media, and you have heard his statements being made from time to time. I don't think it takes anybody other than a person with basic common sense to understand that there were some challenges. The party still goes on. There's nothing, it does not affect the party in any way.
Francis further stated that they are in the process of choosing a candidate to contest the South Leeward seat in the upcoming general elections, and he is confident that the candidate selected will win the seat for the ULP, which he said Thomas was unable to do.
Oh, that's never a problem for the Unity Labour Party. This is not the NDP. NDP struggles to find candidates. We have them in scores of them. So there's never ever a problem to find a replacement candidate. We have a process, and we go through that process, and that process has been activated by the Central Executive a month ago on 5 particular constituencies, and we are in the process of getting that rolling. I support the Unity Labour Party, and like everybody else who voted for the Unity Labour Party down there, and we will get a suitable candidate. I believe that we'll get the majority. Mr. Thomas didn't get the majority of the votes in South Leeward last time. We're fairly confident that the new candidate that we will get will be more acceptable to the vast majority of the voters in South Leeward. I am convinced about that.
Thomas, who has been with the ULP for more than a decade, this week announced that he is not only leaving the party, but also will be stepping down early in the new year as Speaker of the House of Assembly. 2 Vincentian nationals have been deported from Grenada. Kamara Lampkin, who was nabbed during a drug operation on October 21st, has been ordered deported from Grenada to face murder-related charges here at home. Lampkin, 39, who entered Grenada illegally, left Grenada yesterday under police escort. The police in Grenada says the drug charges against Lampkin in Grenada was discontinued after they were informed by the RSVG police force about an active murder investigation in which he is a suspect. The other Vincentian is Zavik Williams, who was also deported yesterday. Williams was arrested during a joint operation on September 26, 2019 by the Financial Investigation Unit and Drug Squad. He was charged with 4 counts of money laundering and appeared in court on October 2, 2019, where he pleaded guilty to 2 of the counts, was reprimanded on 1 other count, and acquitted on the other. Williams was fined $2,500 on each count he pleaded to be paid in 1 week. The fine was paid on October 28th. He also forfeited $4,500 to the state. Deputy Executive Director of Invest SVG, Nadine Egar-Girarat, said this Everything Vinci Expo was a tremendous success, noting that the attendance figures to the Expo surpassed those of last year. She was at the time addressing the awards and closing ceremony for the 2019 Expo exhibition at Guichet last evening. Egar-Girarat said they have been tracking persons attending the Expo, and daily over 2,000 persons have passed through, with more attending the special nightly activities.
It has already, this year's Expo has already completely annihilated the record of last year. We've already blown that out of the water, and we only, thanks, I think we did pretty well too. We anticipate this getting better as we go along. We anticipate a lot of growth, and we want you guys to come out in your numbers. If you have a product that you're working on in secret at home and your family likes it, or your people in your community like it, maybe the rest of us would like it too. Don't hide in your kitchen, don't hide in your living room, don't hide in your workshop. Please come and see us at Invest SVG. Our doors are literally always open. We're on the second floor of the financial complex. If you take the elevator up, you get off on the second floor mezzanine and turn right, you can't miss us. We're literally the second door in the building. Please come and see us. Our staff is so unbelievably friendly. Bring food, because we're also unbelievably greedy as well.
Development Officer for Invest SVG, Peter Edward, thanked everyone who helped to make this year's Expo a success.
And those young people, including a few older ones, have worked. I don't know how they did it. They leave there very late and come back early in the morning, and they assisted almost everybody who needed assistance at the Expo. I am so forever grateful. We will show our appreciation at our volunteer appreciation cocktail coming up soon. We want to say thank you very much to the board of directors of Invest SVG, Mr. Regisford and the rest of the board of directors. Thank you all guys for the support as always. Invest SVG team, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. We are a team, though we quarrel most of the time, but we get the work done. To our technical working committee that includes the immigration, police, Port Authority, Bureau of Standards, and Agriculture, and all those stakeholders, we say thank you to you, customs and everywhere. We say thank you to you, because without you, we could not have done that.
At the closing ceremony, several awards were presented to the exhibitors in various categories. The Richmond Vale Academy was awarded for being the first group to sign up for the Expo. The Most Cooperative Booth Award went to East Caribbean Metals Industries, while Tubbs & Craft took the first prize for Best Decorated Table. Olive's Art Design won the award for Best Decorated Booth. The Most Popular Table Award went to Una's Legacy Inc., and Red Bikini took the award for the Most Popular Booth. The Export Ready Table Award went to Pringer Natural Flavor, while the Export Ready Booth Award went to Kendra's Aluminum. The first cruise ship arrived for the 2019-2020 tourist season arrived in Port Kingstown today with over 2,000 visitors, many of whom got the opportunity to visit the Everything Vinci Expo at the Geese Shed. Our news team caught up with some of the visitors at the Expo site who says it was their first time in SVG and shared their impressions of the island and the Expo.
It's really good. Yeah, I think it's excellent that they're trying to promote their own products here and try and ensnare the people off the cruise ships. It's a big market, isn't it, for people coming in, because there's thousands, aren't they, coming in off each ship. So it's a good avenue for selling your products to people and promoting. Yeah, I think it's excellent.
Fabulous. I'm very impressed with this setup, how all the local people are showing their own produce that they've made and all the handiwork that they've done. I'm very, very impressed.
The people are very friendly. Yeah.
And now you're here with...
Yes. We're here with... I'm here with family.
Friends.
This is my daughter. Friendly, nice atmosphere. Yes. Very nice to look at.
Yeah. Really love it. It just makes you feel happy.
I agree with these. They're so nice. The people are so friendly. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to Dominican and I've been to Cuba, but first time here. Yeah.
Invest SVG's Export Development Officer, Peter Edwards, spoke with our news team on their plans to get visitors to the Expo site, with many of whom will have already made arrangements to have sightseeing tours.
so far it's picking up. We have the volunteers at the cruise ship terminal inviting the cruise ship passengers to our expo. We have a live band out of Beckway that will be entertaining them. We also spoke to the tour operators. After their tours, they will, drop them at the expo and then pick them up back and take them back on board the ship. So far so good. The vibes is just kicking off, and I hope everything works well.
Another cruise ship is expected to dock at Port Kingston tomorrow, and there will be one every day over the weekend period. The National Association of Early Childhood Education held a mock independence parade and rally for preschoolers today at the Victoria Park. The preschoolers were decked out in outfits representing the various groups and organizations usually involved in the military parade. A mock inspection of the Guard of Honor was also held with rendition of patriotic songs by preschoolers from various districts. Here is a snippet of today's rally. Endometriosis and breast cancer are conditions which affect many women globally, including right here in SVG. And as such, the SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union yesterday afternoon hosted a symposium discussing these conditions under the theme, Get It Off Your Chest. The discussion was led by 3 doctors, including gynecologist Dr. Camille Nichols, who gave a presentation on endometriosis, how it affects women, and the possible medical interventions. We hear more in this report. Knowledge is key in creating better understanding of any situation, and with this in mind, the Teachers Cooperative Credit Union hosted a symposium yesterday to bring greater awareness on the effects endometriosis has on the lives of women. Imparting her knowledge on the condition, gynecologist Dr. Camille Nichols, who noted that endometriosis is usually a benign, inflammatory, painful, non-fatal condition which affects women who are menstruating. She said the condition can compromise a woman's lifestyle and is more prevalent than breast cancer and AIDS. Dr. Nichols said endometriosis can be caused by retrograde flow, it can be spread through the lymphatic system, or spread through medical procedures.
Endometriosis, we get retrograde flow, so blood flows backwards through the fallopian tubes and get deposited inside the tummy, the peritoneal cavity, and it gets stuck to those adjacent organs. So basically these cells are alive, the tissue, they're alive. They are going to respond to your hormones just as if they were inside the uterus, okay? So when you have your surges, your hormonal surges, estrogen, progesterone, they are going to respond just as much.
The gynecologist said pain and infertility are among the symptoms which a person can experience.
Different symptoms that you need to be aware of. There are pain symptoms, bleeding, bowel and bladder, and other symptoms. All right, so you could have painful periods. You could have pain when you're ovulating, which is mid-cycle. When we examine you, the patient jumps off the bed, and you could have pain during sexual intercourse. And this pain is not when you're having penetration. It's when it's not at the introitus. It's deep within. When the man is thrusting, you tend to get a lot of pain, and after sex, you tend to have pain also. You could have bleeding problems, and you could have bowel problems. The most common symptom, as I mentioned, is the pain, and you could get this pain because of the adhesions.
There are some treatment options for women affected by endometriosis. Dr. Nichols said these treatment options depend on age, how intense the pain is, whether or not the person has or has been trying to conceive. She said one of the treatment options is pregnancy and explained why.
Doesn't have any children, she needs to find a boyfriend or a husband and go and get pregnant. Even if her mother tells her she can't have sex until she's married. Because we already said that endometriosis causes infertility. So get your children out of the way. And pregnancy is a treatment for endometriosis, because if you're pregnant, no periods, so that endometriotic deposit is going to just die off. Yes?
To deal with the pain, patients usually take various painkillers. However, Dr. Nichols said these have their own drawbacks, while noting that contraceptives can also help women with the condition.
The way the combined oral contraceptive pill works, is that it abolishes your HPO axis. So you're not having the swings with your hormones, you're not ovulating, because you're getting a steady amount of estrogen, and then after 3 weeks you stop, and then you have a withdrawal bleed or a period. Yes, everybody follow that? So we can use the combined oral contraceptive pill to help the patient.
For SVG-TV's Evening News, I am Barbin Oliver. One woman who has been living with endometriosis, Adelia Thomas, is encouraging all women with or without the condition to give support to each other. She told the gathering that she has been affected by endometriosis for more than 20 years. Thomas noted that many persons do not understand the symptoms associated with the condition, which she said can affect a person's personal, social, and professional life.
Be kind to others because you don't know what battles they are facing. The questions like, saying, "Will your mother baby? How do you know I ain't trying? How do you know I don't have infertility? How do you know what is happening with me? How do you know I haven't had miscarriages? You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what the person next to you is going through." Be kind to everybody you meet. And number 5, I ask women to support each other. Because sometimes we can be our own worst enemies. We talk about the men not supporting us, but a lot of times we don't support each other. You're a woman and I'm a woman, and we at work and you see that I'm not feeling well, and you know you're making jokes, you're laughing, and you're telling the person, "Oh, it's not that serious." Support each other.
Thomas said she is willing and ready to be there for other women with the condition.
You can find me at sheislotus.home.blog. I started a blog. I have been sharing information on endometriosis. Women have been writing in their stories on endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and adenomyosis. Those are the topics that I cover. Anything women's health related. Because I don't only have endometriosis, I have other illnesses as well that I find are not talked about enough. But for today, I'm focusing on endometriosis, and that's where you can find me. I'm also on Instagram, she.is.lotus, and on Facebook, sheislotus784. You can find information there. You can inbox me. I'll answer any questions that you have. And if I can't answer it, I'll point you in the direction of somebody who can.
Latest global figures show endometriosis affects an estimated 1 in 10 women during their reproductive years, usually between the ages of 15 to 49, which is approximately 176 million women in the world. Women from across St. Vincent and the Grenadines are being given the opportunity to participate in a one-day conference this Saturday at the Methodist Church Hall. The event, being dubbed Blossoming Beautifully, seeks to encourage women to come together and find their potential to better their lives. The event is being organized by Arise and Blossom organization. Public Relations Officer for the organization, Mandela Campbell, says health and relationship talks form part of the conference.
Various topics. So we have Denise Grant, and she's going to be doing real talk on healthy relationships. Dr. Rusha Campbell Chambers, she's a dermatologist, and she's going to be talking on treating acne and aging skin. Miss Lafleur Ben is going to talk about makeup do's and don'ts. So makeup 101, do's and don'ts. We also have Miss Anjanella Young, very known in the Vincentian public. She's going to speak about building your beauty business Miss Brand. And we also have Miss Aldine Butte-Brung, who's also known for her styling chic boutique. She's going to speak about hair care for your beautiful tresses. So we have a dynamic and diverse and dynamic presentation. So,
in addition to the discussions at the conference, there will be booths set up for participants to showcase their business.
To be a health and beauty showcase where we're going to have health and beauty tips, an expo with various exhibitor booths, and we're also going to have a fashion show at the end. So it's an exciting event that we're looking forward to for all women of all walks of life, ages to come and to participate. Phenomenal. We have had several testimonies of women being encouraged to start their own businesses, and one of those businesses being started is actually going to be exhibited at our event on Saturday. So it's a proud moment for us to see that we're actually impacting lives.
The price to participate in the conference is $20, and persons from as young as 13 can attend. An internal science fair was held yesterday at the Georgetown Secondary School, which saw the participation of students of 3 schools in the zones: the Georgetown, George Stevens, and Sandy Bay Secondary Schools. The fair was held under this year's National School Science Fair under the theme, Turning Problems into Opportunities Using Scientific Strategies. Some of the best projects on showcase were selected to enter the National School Science Fair, which will be held from November 11th to 15th at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport compound. Journalist and community activist Kenville Horn will leave the state this Saturday for a British government-sponsored international leadership program in the United Kingdom. ILP is the Foreign and Commonwealth Office's flagship visit program designed to create and develop lasting relationships with future leaders who may have made an impact in the UK's global interests. The program will include a range of visits, discussions, and meetings with senior British decision makers and opinion formers. These will include UK leaders in the government and a visit to number 10 Downing Street, the home of the Prime Minister, Parliament, the media, civil society, education, business, and industry. Horn will be expected to participate in roundtable discussions on global issues, tour the House of Parliament at the Palace of Westminster, hold meetings with 2 British members of Parliament, and tour the Arsenal Football Club. The visit will also see the journalists visiting a number of major media entities, non-profit and non-governmental organizations. Horn is a founder of the Kenville Horn Sports Academy in Rose Hall and a journalist with the Vincentian newspaper. He received the Queen's Award, Young Leaders Award in 2015 and the Commonwealth Point of Light Award in 2018. He expressed delight in being invited to attend the International Leadership Program.